I am Jim Bob, and welcome back to F1 Malaysia 23 Hardcore Series. Tonight, round 18 of Season 5. We are heading to the Lusail International Circuit for the Qatar Grand Prix. And we are getting down to the nitty-gritty stage of the season. We've got two back-to-back sprint weekends coming up tonight. Lusail, tomorrow Kota, then it's Mexico, then the final sprint in Brazil, followed by Vegas and Abu Dhabi. There is a maximum of 180 points remaining. We are 88 points ahead. So we have just 92 points to find to win the Drivers' Championship. It's getting very close. We're less than 100 points away from being able to put our paws on the driver's title. A little bit more to find in the constructors. You can see there are 139 points available. I haven't actually worked out how many points are available overall for the teams, but it's more than that. So it's a lot more than that. So we've got a little bit further to go for the constructors, but yeah, we're not far away in the drivers' championship now. Theoretically, we could have it wrapped up at the earliest by Brazil, by the end of Brazil, if things go our way. Potentially even earlier than that. Let's see, it's 26, 52, 78 plus the sprints, another 16, so 78, 82, 90. Ooh, we could, if we, this is highly unlikely, but if Max doesn't score any points and Oscar wins and gets fastest lap in the next three Grand Prix rounds, we could have that 92 points that we need by the end of Mexico. It's highly unlikely, but you never know. Stranger things have happened. So, yeah. It's going to be a fun run to the end of the season. Let's check our inbox. So, we have a cost cap warning. We are 8.7 million away from the limits. What is our actual remaining cost cap? Oh, it's only 3.7 that we can actually spend on top of our usual expenses. So we really don't have much at all before we break the cost cap. Really don't have much at all. Okay. Let's see. Monthly car development for where we are right now. There you can see we have taken yet another hit in the cornering compared to the rest of the grid. We've also taken a little bit of hit in speed. So other teams are definitely still bringing upgrades. We still have the best DRS, very strong acceleration, pretty good top speed. Last year we were still the fastest car at top speed at this point. We were pretty much untouched all season from, I think, Canada onwards. But this year we have not been quite so focused on making our car a rocket ship. We've been more focused on trying to balance it a little bit better. And it's just starting to slip a little bit now. Board still have high confidence in us. How did our drivers get on over the last month? Let's have a look. A point in smoothness for Schumacher. A point in braking for Oscar. Ollie getting 2 points in cornering. Excellent stuff. In September, McLaren introduced new side pods and are now working on a new suspension. That might be revealed at the next Grand Prix. You never know. There is the build-up. Okay, we are done with all of those. I think we did our training, didn't we? Check our pit crew training for the month. No, we didn't. Okay. Yeah, we need to strip that out. Otherwise, we are going to be very tired. We're actually going to go into this event weary. So there is a high likelihood we'll make a mistake in this race. That's not good. I'm not quite sure how that happened. So we need to give them plenty of time to rest. Let's give them 2 days off. Let's get that gym training focused now. try and improve our speed a little bit. Okay, give them the Sunday off. Give them the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then into the Grand Prix. So that's it for that week there. Just 4 days of gym training. And then we'll give them another day of training here. Let's go a bit more balanced. Let's make that car build. Go. And that again is potentially a little high, but it'll do. So that's our training for the month. We'll confirm those changes. And now we'll set some performance. Well, let's actually check our cars first of all. Are we running both cars with the same builds? Let's have a look. Not on the chassis. We're running a slightly older chassis there. Front wings the same, rear wings the same, side pods, underfloor, suspension. Okay. So, do I have another suspension yet? Another chassis? Yes, I do. So we can put that back on there, and we've got a spare. That's good. Do have the new front wings. I forgot about those, so I'm glad that I started going through the parts. There we go. We'll have one spare. Rear wing should be the same. It is. Side pod should be the same. It is. Underfloor again. We've got a new underfloor in production, but it won't be ready yet. Maybe for COTA, more likely for Mexico. Suspension. Yeah, we're good on suspensions. How long until those underfloors are ready? Let's have a look. 11 days for the second. Oh no, Austin's 14 days away. Okay, so we will have them both on the car for Austin. That's good. And there's a triple header that starts at Austin. Austin, then Mexico, then Brazil. Okay. All right. We'll have a little bit of an extra boost tonight in terms of performance. Very nice indeed. Let's take a look then. Where does our car sit? Okay, we've clawed back a little bit of the lost speed. We've also got our acceleration back to the quickest on the grid. Low speed has improved to 7th, average in the mid speed, and that is obviously a very important cornering speed for this particular circuit. So that might hurt us a little bit. We might not have it all our own way tonight. We'll have to see how it goes. Let's have a look at performance targets. Qualifying position 2 in the top 4, hopefully. We should get both cars into Q3, and we'll definitely get both into Q2, at least on paper. Fastest lap is the incentive. I'm going to target 2 in the top 6 tonight, I think. Because I'm just not quite sure how that average mid-speed cornering is going to affect us. 2 in the top 6 finish position streak. We're halfway through that. So we achieve our guarantee tonight. We will also complete the streak. And a new quali streak. Let's go 2 in the top 6 for 5 races. Okay, how many races are left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, let's go 4 races, so that we can then put on a 2-race guarantee at the end as well. And there we go. I think we are ready to head to Qatar. Just seeing if there's anything else I need to do. I don't think there is. I need to get that refurbed as soon as it breaks. Same with those. Everything in here should... Oh, boardroom's very close now. Sports Centre is not far off. Helipad is okay, a little bit longer. How you doing, Victor? How you doing, Mr. Water? Sidhu? Baron, good to see you guys. Let's head to Qatar.
Our calendar brings us to the Middle East this weekend for the Qatar Grand Prix. Making its debut as a Formula One track in 2021, Lusail International is Qatar's Grand Prix circuit. Designed initially with motorbike racing in mind, drivers will need to adopt that two-wheeled mentality of speed and manoeuvrability if they want to succeed here. As a desert track, Lusail is dusty and challenging. Grip levels are crucial and can change throughout a race weekend or even during a single session. The unique layout demands the highest possible downforce despite being a relatively open track.
It's not a usual F1 weekend though, with qualifying brought forward to make way for an all-out sprint race which will decide the grid for the Grand Prix.
There's nothing like a race weekend in Formula One.
Evening, Anthony. How are you tonight? Right then. We are not putting Ollie in the car tonight. It is a sprint weekend, so we need that time for Mick to help get him prepped for the race itself. So we'll go mediums in the first session. We're going to go mediums for both cars. Lusail is 18 laps. Yes, 18 laps for a run on day one. Right, let's swap out the engine parts. And go with that one. And we'll have to stick with that gearbox. Okay. Mick. Down to his last usable engine in terms of racing. We'll go with that gearbox. There we go. Right, setups. So let me grab the book. Let's see. Let's start with a 6.5, a 13, an 8.2, a 3.4, and a 0.95. No, wait, a 0.65. There we go. That's Mick's car. For Oscar, we'll go a 9, 13, 6.4, 3.45, and a 1. And let's see if either of those works. Evening, Cloud. Anthony's got a point. Woo!
Radio check, radio check.
Clear as well.
Radio check.
Yeah, copy, same. Watch those curbs.
Right, let's see which driver is the quicker of the two. Very close, actually, between the pair of them at the moment. Cars in very similar condition. Looks like Oscar is slightly slower, so we'll leave that on there. We'll turn that off on there. They shouldn't get in each other's way as it is. Okay, first bit of feedback is coming up. 84%. That's not ideal.
The car was great. Oh, really good.
Oscar is 88%, also not ideal. We'll call them both in. Want to get these cars as set up, you know, they get their setups as close to 100 as quickly as possible. We're going to be doing the same thing we did in the sprint last year. So we're going to be running softs, really protecting them, and then just going for it towards the end when we've got a big tyre advantage. But in the race, I'm thinking of being a little bit more conservative with my tyres. I'm thinking medium, hard, soft this year, so I can actually push the tyres in the race a little bit more. Because we did kind of struggle a little bit last year, not having enough pace available to us when we needed it, because we were in conserving mode for so long. Because we went with a strategy where we really had to protect the tyres because we weren't very soft compounds. So this year we might be able to push a little bit more, and I'm hopeful that will be a bit more conducive to stronger pace at the beginning of the race anyway, which is where it's more important. Let's see. I'm looking at another 8.2 by the look of it, so let's try an 8.13, 8.2, a 3.15 and a 0.45. How does that look? Not good enough. Okay, let's try 8.573, 3.35, 0.95. It gives me the gap that I need in oversteer and braking, small gap in cornering, small gap in straights. The only one I'm a little iffy about is traction, but we'll try that and see how it works. Hopefully we'll get it. We will overfuel just in case we do get it right, and then we can stay out to the flag. If not, we'll have to call in again. Okay, so that is wrong. So that could be a 7.3. Don't think it's going to be a 5.5. I've not got a 5.5 in the book. So let's try the same setup. 8.5, 13, 7.3, 3.5, 3.35, sorry, and a 0.95. That's close, but it's not quite there. So let's look at a 3.4. And a 0.9. I've got an 8. 13, 7.3, 3.45 and a 1. And actually, I think that might be it. We'll try that one. Again, we'll overfuel just in case we have got it right, and then we can stay out to the flag. Evening, Mr. Water. All right, there we go with Mick. And there goes Oscar back onto the track. So let's see if those changes will give us the results we were hoping for. For those of you that are interested in Fernbus, Mr. Water is doing a Fernbus week on his channel this week. I believe that's right, isn't it, Mr. Water? Evening, Ben. I'm in a drivers and constructors battle. Yes, we need 92 points to secure, well, 93 to mathematically secure it, 92, and then it goes to win count back, but we have a lot more wins than Max at the moment. So, yeah, not too far away. We've almost got one hand on the drivers' trophy. It's a little bit more to go in the constructors championship. We're 130 points ahead, I think, but there are a lot more points available. In fact, let me actually sit down now and quickly work out how many more points are available. Get out my calculator.
Yeah,
So there are
really good.
Yep, copy that.
44 times 6 plus another 45. There are 309 points available in the constructors, and we're about 130 or so ahead. Maybe a little less than that. I can't remember exactly. So, yeah, we're close. Close to drivers, not quite as close to the constructors, but you know, we've been on good form again in the last race. We've still got a good car. Last upgrade is coming for the next Grand Prix. That will be an updated or revised underfloor, and we'll see how well that works. 97%. That is much closer for Mick. I will leave him out now for the rest of the session. And same for Oscar. Again, we'll leave him out for the rest of the session. Is there a reg change for double points in Abu Dhabi? I believe there is one in the list. Yes, there is a double points for last race in the available list, but that one hasn't come up yet. In fact, we haven't had any point changes, I don't think. I think we had one... Or did... I think season 2. Was it season 2 or was it season 3 the points changed? I can't remember. And they went back to 1990s point scoring. We've got a VSC. Doesn't appear to be for either of our cars.
Car. Can watch for debris.
Oh, it's Sainz.
Okay.
And that is some powertrain damage, I believe. He's out.
See. Follow the delta.
Copy.
VSC ending.
Copy.
Checkered flag.
And there we go. Good amount of track knowledge gained. Now we have a bit of a tough choice to make. Do we leave our drivers on their 97% setups, or do we gamble to go for the 100, maybe get it worse? We'll have to have a look in just a second. But for now, we need to kind of prep ourselves ready for sprint quali.
Qualifying is coming up, and we're close now to finding out how the drivers will line up on the grid for the sprint.
In a format familiar to our drivers, 3 parts of qualifying will decide who sits where on the sprint race grid. A good performance today will give them a real advantage for the rest of the weekend.
So as we head into this qualifying session, Karun, how do you think Lando's going to be feeling?
Looking at the lap times, we saw a real lack of pace from them in practice. They never looked quite comfortable with the setup, and they'll need to try something new for qualifying if they want to get past Q1.
Strap yourselves in. This is Formula One.
All right, then let's have a look. How much do we need to change? It is the front wing. It could go either way. I wonder, is it an 8.0? We can have a look at Oscar's car. And that is cornering. Ugh. There is an 8, 13, 3.4, 0.95. I'm going to leave it as is. I'm not going to gamble for either car. I'm going to leave it at 97%. I'm happy with that. We'll just miss out slightly on that 100%. Mix 89% engine is going in. We'll use that ERS for this weekend. And we'll stick with that gearbox. As for Oscar, got the 83% engine. We'll go with that ERS. And we'll go with that gearbox for tonight. All right, let's hit the track, see how we can do.
Let's get those brake tanks warmed up.
Copy.
So focus on your tyres and brakes.
Copy.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to finding out more information about the next game. We didn't really get that much at the last live stream at the end of March. Next one is due the last Wednesday of April. Not sure what date that falls on yet. Off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you. I'm sure someone with a calendar will be able to let me know. But yeah, hopefully we'll find out a bit more in depth at some of the newer stuff that's coming, rather than just a look at, you know, potential livery changes. I expect we might see some of the tools perhaps being used for the livery creation in the next live stream. We shall see.
And track clear, track clear. Okay, mate, let's go.
So we should be good on traffic. It will be go.
Potentially a little bit of traffic here for Schumacher. This is Isaac Kajar. I think that's a natural little lift. It is. Okay, so no hold up, it would seem. See if Oscar gets through unimpeded. Just about. And he is slightly up. Am I going to create my own team, asks Adrian. Yes, I am. I just don't know what I'm going to call it yet. Right, Mick coming up to the back of Russell. Hopefully he gets out of the way. A little delay. Oscar shouldn't have that issue, as Russell has now started pushing for his flying lap.
Okay, so normal in lap procedures.
And there we go, 10th between the two drivers. Hopefully that is good enough for us to get through and not have to run again. He does use the tyres up quite a bit at this track. And you can see we took over 10% out of them to do that first flying run. It'll be less than 90% when we get back to the pits. Probably around 88%. And that is most of the competitive life of a set of soft tyres when it comes to qualifying. Right, Russell is on a flyer. Let's see what kind of time he can post. Ferrari, our likely destination next year, assuming that we win both titles. If we don't win both titles, we will be sticking with Alpha Tauri. And it's just 3.5 tenths, so not a huge gap. It's just, what, 2.5 tenths away from Mick.
Okay, mate, let's stop on the marks, wait for 2 seconds. And
wait and see what the Red Bulls do. There goes Charles Leclerc. And Sainz has gone quickest, so does that mean Sainz has put in a brand new powertrain from that crash? I get the feeling he might well have done. No, he hasn't. He's just quick. And Alpine looks to have some good downforce on it then. This is Leclerc on his flying lap. Max is tucked up behind one of the Alfa Romeos, but they look to be on a cool down lap. So we'll dive out of the way. How quick a Red Bull tonight. Max rounds the corner. He's coming up to the line to start his flying lap. Now Leclerc rounding the corner to finish his flying lap. You just see Max disappearing into turn 1 there. Leclerc only goes 10th. He's a second off the pace. Okay, let's see what Max can do. So Sainz has really suddenly kind of come alive in that Alpine in the last half a dozen races. He was abysmal for McLaren last year. Not McLaren, sorry, Mercedes. Although Mercedes are abysmal this year. So That was possibly more down to the car than anything. But yeah, these last half a dozen races or so, Sainz has really come alive. He's been threatening podiums. Ocon getting in Norris's way there. Stroll up into third place. Max goes quickest by just over a tenth. We have enough pace to stay in the garage. So let's advance time to the end of the session. Perez all the way down in 19th right now. There he is. Can he drag that second Ferrari into the top 15? Ooh, slightly compromised into turn one there by one of the Alfa Romeos. Not sure which one. There's the other one. No compromise there. Perez is now bottom, and the entire bottom five are on flying laps right now, looking to improve. Giovinazzi's not looking to improve. Everyone else is improving, but can they improve enough? Zhou is out. He crosses the line. Maloney improves up to 16th, but hasn't made it through. Giovinazzi is out in 18th at the moment. Bottas isn't likely to get out. So it is down to Perez to see if he can escape. Needs a big improvement. He gets through at the expense of Ocon. Valtteri Bottas improves up to 19th, but once again, it's not good pace for Mercedes. So we're going to say goodbye to Ocon, Maloney, both of the Mercedes of Zhou and Bottas, and Antonio Giovinazzi is in 20th. Moving on to Q2. We will run the same tyres.
Green light, green light.
And I'm going to do 2 separate runs on these tyres just to see if that will be enough. Not expecting an improvement, or much of an improvement, if any, on the second run, because the tyres will be very worn out by that point. They'll be in the low to mid 70s by the time we get back to the garage. Quite a few cars have come out very early here. Who's out with us? Stroll is out, Pourchaire's out, Magnussen, Hajar and Albon.
Clear track in
As
front.
long as nobody pops out the garage in the next couple of seconds, we'll have plenty of clear track in front of us. Mick will be fine. What about Oscar?
You got a good gap ahead. So you're good to push.
Oscar will be fine as well. Who is that coming out? Is that Sainz coming out? It is. Sainz on his way out now. He's going to pop out right in front of Magnussen. And he may well get in the way of Stroll as well. Right, we're coming up to the line. Russell and Gasly now exiting the pits as well. Mick does seem to be a little quicker in the middle sector here tonight. He was quicker in the first qualifying session in the middle sector. Oscar quicker in the first and third. Mick just pips the third tonight. Less than a tenth between them, 91 thousandths of a second.
Run switch delta, stay negative.
We also have Max on his way out now.
Copy.
We'll get back to the pits. We'll put a bit more fuel in the car and send them straight back out again. See if we can get a little bit of an improvement out of them. 6 tenths faster than Magnussen right now. Leclerc also exiting the pits. So we'll get a time from both Red Bulls pretty quickly. As Russell starts his flying lap.
Good entry.
The difference in pace between the two Ferraris has been quite stark at times this season. One of them's been very quick, the other one's been very average or very slow. I wonder if that will continue again tonight. Same tyres. Same tyres. Just going to wait for Leclerc to come through. As Perez makes his way onto the track. Here comes Leclerc. And George Russell goes to P5. 4.5 tenths off of Mick's time. Here comes Max to finish his lap off. Check our driver confidence levels. Very high and a little bit less, but still pretty good. Max goes quickest. By 0.003 of a second. Ooh, that is close. I'd like to think we'll find a little more than 0.003 on this lap. Given that we will be attacking with higher confidence, although our tyres will not be great. 75% at the moment. They'll be less than that by the time we cross the line and finish the flying lap. And Leclerc pops up in P10.
Good to push next lap. There'll be a little bit of bunching. So it'll be go one.
So hopefully we've got enough of a gap to the back of Charles Leclerc. Perez is coming up on him now. I'm hoping we don't catch Leclerc, so that we can just focus on the lap itself and not having to negotiate slow cars. No improvement from Schumacher or Oscar. I think we've probably killed the best life out of these tyres now. Maybe we can squeeze a little improvement elsewhere. Doesn't look like it's going to be any kind of improvement. But at least we've got good enough times to get through, I think. I don't think anyone's going to find a massive improvement. Or not enough to knock us both out of the top 10 anyway. I'd like to save the new tyres for the next session. And there we go, both drivers crossed the line, no improvement. Let's see. We did a 1:22. Oh no, it doesn't tell us what the time was. Let's have a look. There we go. Last lap. 1:22.5. So about 0.3 slower for Mick. Oscar. His best is a 1:22.3. About 0.2 slower. No, 1:22.3, he did a 1:22.5. So yeah, he was down by 0.2, and Mick a 1:22.2 against a 1:22.4. So they were both 0.2 slower. Given the state of the tyres, which is now pretty bad, that's not too bad, I suppose. So we'll sit in the garage. Once again, we will keep an eye on Perez. Leclerc should be okay.
Oscar Pillow.
We'll keep an eye on him as well. There is Leclerc. Oh, got a yellow flag. That's a lock-up for Isaac
Here's the
Hadjar.
replay. Right, let's follow the action now at turn 7. And the car just locks. But that's just the risk you
It's
take.
a slow
The
lock-up.
later you
An
leave it.
interesting position to lock up as well. He's on a warm-up lap, so might damage his tyres a little bit, but not by much. And it certainly won't, ruin his flying lap. But it will lower his confidence a little bit. Can Leclerc find what he needs? That little lockup for Hajar might actually just be what's needed to save him, to save Leclerc, actually. Hajar might not get the improvement he could get as a result of a slight dip in confidence from that lockup. We're going to lose one of the Red Bulls in Q2. Hope so. Would certainly make our job easier in the sprint, at least. Leclerc up to the line. And he improves up to 4th. He's safe. So, Perez at real risk. Sainz is all the way down in 15th. 3.5 seconds off. He needs a massive improvement here. And Perez is behind Hajar on track, I believe. No, not Hajar. He's behind Vasseur. Might not hurt him too much, actually. Vasseur is quick enough to be in the top 8 right now. But it certainly won't be great to be in the dirty air. Hajar crosses the line, improves up to 8th place. That puts Stroll out. Stroll has already hit the pits. Norris improves. Now puts Magnussen into the drop zone. Magnussen just a couple of corners away. Magnussen is out. He's boxed. Perez does not improve. He is out. So, what about Sainz, who was blisteringly quick in free practice? And then damaged his car. A little bit of traffic to get through there. Sainz getting knocked out would be a big boon for us as well. And he gets through, goes up to 6th place. That eliminates Vasseur. So, Vasseur, Norris, Magnussen, Stroll and Perez will be sitting out the rest of qualifying. Both Alpines are through and looking quick again. Faster than the Ferrari, faster than the Aston Martin. Final qualifying.
Should be green now.
Out we go on brand new tyres.
Okay, so let's concentrate on this.
Going to try and set the benchmark for everyone else. And then we'll put on another set of new tyres for a run towards the end of the session.
So good work on the brakes in the front.
Copy.
Russell, Porsche and Hajar also making their way out. And now Gasly joins. No movement from Red Bull yet. No movement from Alpine. And there is the first Alpine of Sainz to make its way out. We will probably end up getting caught out by him somewhere on the track.
And track clear. So recharge off before the last corner.
Gap ahead is good. Go now, go now.
And now Max finally makes his way onto the track as well. Still waiting on Leclerc and Albon, and Albon's coming out behind Verstappen. So it's just Leclerc left. And we might get away with Sainz being on track in front of us. Mick is quickest in the first sector. And the middle sector as well. Now Leclerc finally makes his way out of the pits. Schumacher is going to set the benchmark here, I think. The 122.2. Oscar coming up to the line.
We will box at the end of this lap.
Copy.
And he is over a second slower. What happened to Oscar?
Good luck, well done.
How is he so slow?
Yep.
Where did he lose the time? He was 4/10 down in the first sector, and now I don't have the splits. Ah, damn it. All right, let's look at it this way. So 26.3 against a 25.9, 4/10 down, a 28.5 and a 28.9. So he lost another 4/10 in the middle sector, 27.7 and a 28.2, and another half a second. That's crazy. That's a lot of time. So a terrible first lap from Oscar. Did he just not get the tyres up to temperature? What on earth happened there?
Copy, pit entry.
Pit limits are on.
All right, mate. Let's stop on the marks. Wait for 2 seconds and switch off.
So he's 1.2 seconds slower. And I don't know why. Which it was supposed to be new tyres. There we go. Making out early. And we need to pay close attention
So let's just concentrate on
to
the tyre
Oscar.
limits.
Try and figure out what the hell went wrong. Let's look at Schumacher's tyres as they heat up.
tyres. Copied.
And Oscar's. See if there's a massive discrepancy. So Mick is at about 78% as he hits the hairpin. Oscar just about 1% or 2 lower, but no, yeah, not too far away. Yeah, they look to be warming up at a pretty similar rate, so for whatever reason, it was just a really bad lap by the look of it. Oh, we've got Hajar popping out the pits in front of us. That is not good.
So let's go recharge off and push next lap.
Clear ahead. Let's go.
So, need Oscar to pull a rabbit out of the hat here. Got a lot of ground to make up. Max apparently did not have a good lap either. He is down in 9th. So he's at least a second, 1.2 seconds off the pace as well. No improvement for Mick. Oscar is up. He could not be up really with that first lap. Max now driving for the line to start his flying lap. This might compromise George Russell a little bit, or it might give him a really nice tow across the line. Still no improvement for Schumacher. Oscar goes purple in the middle sector though. That's encouraging. Okay, Hajar gets out of the way, doesn't compromise us. That was important. Mick crosses the line, no improvement, so he stays where he is.
Still sat in P1.
Oscar, though, to go onto pole.
It's going to be normal in lap procedures.
He gets second, he's 13 thousandths slower. Max is on a flying lap.
The driving was good. Run switch cool and box.
Yeah.
Russell did find a little bit of improvement by the look of it, but not much. Here comes Max into the final turn. Has he found enough to take pole away? No. He is over 6/10 behind. Porsche pops up into third place, just 34 thousandths behind. That is close. That is very close. Who is still on a flying lap? Gasly, just starting a flying lap. Hajar, just starting a flying lap, I believe.
Good entry.
No, Hajar finishing his flying lap, goes 5th. So it's just Gasly and Leclerc. Leclerc coming round to finish his lap. And he went purple in the first. He's improved in the middle. Leclerc could try and threaten us for pole position here. And he can't. He goes fourth. He's a 10th off. Gasly, the last car. Has a Red Bull in the way. Red Bull gets out of the way. The Alpine pulls into the pits. Just a straight drive to the line now for Pierre Gasly. Where can he put his car? And he stays 7th. No improvement. So we have another front row lockout, but Porsche is very close. Just 0.03 of a second behind us. Red Bull, though, 4th and 10th. All right, let's get prepped for the final practice. We want to run with 38 laps of fuel. I'll leave that gearbox in. And we will run hard tyres so we can run the entire session. I'm going to Ferrari next season. That's the plan. It's not cast in stone, but it is our probable destination. That partly depends on whether or not we win both the titles this season, and also whether our managerial rating will be high enough to go to Ferrari next season. Which it might not be.
Those curbs.
If I go to Ferrari, then I'm going to be signing Mick and Behrman, and we may put Behrman in the reserve, although given his rating he might turn it down. What we may do instead is put him in the car alongside Schumacher. Definitely dropping Perez. Probably going to drop Russell as well. It depends on finances, contracts, that kind of thing. Okay, we're up to 84% track knowledge. Car part knowledge up to 92%. That's good. Don't know if we'll quite max that out tonight. Probably not. In fact, almost certainly not. We probably won't max it out in COTA either, because we'll be sticking to underfloors on the car there as well. So I don't think we'll even get close to maxing it out in COTA, but we will by Mexico. Just going to see if I can squeeze just that little bit extra car knowledge. Get up to 24 maybe. Sorry, 94. All right. We got the track knowledge done, 93% on car part knowledge. That will again take another hit in COTA with the new underfloors, but I say we'll have it back up to 100 by the end of Mexico practice, which will be good. So both drivers will start in the very high confidence bracket. Mick only just, Oscar a little bit more comfortable. Let's get ready for sprint.
Welcome back as the drivers gear themselves up for today's sprint, the results of which will determine the grid for the Grand Prix. The action is set to be fast and furious in this one, with each driver well aware that a good performance will secure themselves a strong place on the grid.
It's not only the starting grid decided here though. The top finishers in the sprint have the chance to score crucial championship points.
But just who will be the fastest around Lusail? We'll find out in today's sprint.
Okay, so we are going to run soft tyres for the sprint. Just like we did last year, we're going to look after them. We're going to have one extra lap of fuel. We should hopefully get a good enough start, and then we can try and control the pace at the front.
The sprint today sees the drivers tackle 19 laps of the Lusail International Circuit.
It's a fast track here in Qatar. Expect to see the pack fight it out, trading places to improve their chances of scoring more championship points.
A sprint victory and points up for grabs right here. We're ready for the sprint here in Qatar. And it's lights out and away we go.
Right, Porsche has pounced and he's on mediums. Albon on hards. Okay, it's not like last year. Last year, Most of the teams are on softs. This year, there's only Sainz and Russell on softs. Everyone else is mediums and hards.
Do everything you can, mate.
Copy.
Oh, not pit.
Let these guys go.
Copy. Need to defend that.
Copy. We can just focus on charging the pack.
Yeah. DRS enabled. Currently sat P1. He came out behind us. Just think about looking after this time where we need to.
Back off at high speed.
Copy.
They're not adding multiplayer.
Okay, deployment should be good.
I can guarantee you that for a fact they're not adding multiplayer. Yeah, I mean, given how much time they have to really turn around between each version, Creator Team will have taken up the vast majority of their resources, combined with the changes they're making to the backroom scene, backroom stuff, and also the fact that they're adding in random failures. There will be no multiplayer. Maybe a future edition, maybe, but certainly not this next one. I can guarantee you that. They just won't have had the time to even look at doing multiplayer. Right, we haven't quite been able to break away from Porsche.
Recharge on, please. Recharge on.
Or Leclerc for that matter, but we should get away from Leclerc on this lap. I mean, I don't know if multiplayer is really something that would get a huge amount of traction. I mean, there's obviously definitely a very small vocal audience that's crawling for it. But I mean, this game is more of a single-player experience than traditional Formula One games where you're actually driving the car. You know, I just don't know how well multiplayer would work in this. I'm not saying it's never going to happen. I'm not sure how much, how well it will work. Alright, so Schumacher has been passed by Porsche, whose tyres have been pushed harder than our softs so far.
Recharge on.
Focus on bringing the pack back up.
And we might have just dropped Charles Leclerc there at the end of the lap. Let's have a look. Did he get the DRS? No, he didn't. There's Mick and Porsche battling away. Just want Oscar to get a little bit closer if I can.
We need to focus on the energy now.
Copy.
We're good to push.
Copy. Okay, recharge on.
So slow.
Yeah, copy. Recharge back on, please. Recharge on.
Copy.
Once again, it's touch and go, but I think Leclerc managed it this time. So we're just going to be patient for the next 4, 5, 6 laps or so. Make sure the cars are nicely looked after in terms of tyres, get those batteries fully charged. We will look to make a breakaway from Porsche with about half a dozen laps or so to go, maybe more. By then we should have a nice healthy tyre advantage over pretty much the rest of the grid. You can see we do have pretty much the best tyres. You can see, even running like this, Mick is just all over the back of Porsche right now. She's going to save a little bit of fuel at the moment as well, so we've got that fuel for later. Once again, Leclerc touch and go on the DRS. This time he made it. Mick having a look into turn 1. And backs out. Lets Porsche back through. Leclerc has opened up a little gap to Albon. Leclerc also on the mediums. I thought he was on hards. He's on mediums. Albon on hards. That's why he hasn't quite got the fuel grip at the moment to stay with Leclerc. And Leclerc is starting to close in on us as a group here. Mick going to go around the outside this time. Makes the move, and now we can put him into neutral because his battery is fully charged. Still a little early to make the sprint though.
Charge is good.
Yeah. Let's go recharge off.
Okay.
Right, I'm going to up the pace on fuel now, just a little bit. Oscar is going to be fully charged at the end of this lap. And Mick is pulling away from Porsche. Oscar's closing up as well. I wonder if Porsche is on a charge lap, trying to rebuild his battery. He's certainly vulnerable. He might not even get the DRS this lap. As we put Oscar into neutral now. No DRS for Porsche. Oscar is going to punch through. Move up into second.
Lovely stuff.
You did a good job. P2 now.
Got my drivers on defend low, so they just stick to the racing line, minimise the amount of fighting they do to protect the tyres further. And there's a real chance Oscar can actually break Porsche here, so I'm going to push his battery a little bit.
Yeah, copy.
Get onto mixed DRS and drop Porsche. Mick is somehow staying ahead. And we did drop Porsche. So he will come under pressure from Leclerc now. Not close enough to have a look this lap, I don't think. But we'll be on the next one.
Need to focus on getting the pack up.
Yeah.
Has a little look. Actually sweeps around the outside there. And he's through. Wow. Good move from Charles Leclerc. Did not expect him to pull that off. I wonder if he's going to start pushing as well now. There you can see the tyre advantage we have over the rest of the field. Leclerc is closing in. Confidence levels between our two drivers about the same, except Oscar is now out of DRS range. Leclerc is close, so we'll push the pace a touch more.
Okay, push. Let's go.
Copy.
And there we go. Piastri is close enough now to get a bit of a slipstream benefit, which will help him stay away from Leclerc and will give us the opportunity to get him recharged. Max is still in 10th. He's stuck behind Hajar. We will cut to that in just a second. There he is. And we now have a 2-second gap. Max is going to swoop down the inside here. He'll be passed before they even get to turn one here. Comfortably passed. Next up, George Russell. Max is still currently out of the points here in the sprint. 8th place will get him a point. Remember, Oscar needs just 93 points in total from the remaining 6 rounds, including the sprint races, and there are 3 of those. be mathematically guaranteed to be champion. He can score a good number of those tonight, potentially. Sainz's tyres already struggling. We might see him have to box. Russell's tyres not in great shape, but he can probably stretch them if he's careful. We might possibly see a puncture in this race. And we've got the gap up to nearly 4 seconds now.
We can just focus on charging the pack.
Copy.
Evening, Army. Right, we're turning the fuel back down to neutral in just a minute. And there we go, neutral battery for Oscar now. And the gap now up to 5 seconds to Leclerc. Porsche is fighting back.
Big lift now.
And Gasly is up there as well, as is Albon. Sainz's tyres really starting to struggle. Verstappen has got past Russell. Got to say, Sainz is not going to be able to put up much of a fight here. His tyres are almost completely gone. I'm going to take the gloves off. How quick is my car? It's pretty quick, but it's also, because it's a sprint, I know that if we look after our tyres, the AI won't, and until it's the end of the sprint, which means we can just, in the early phase, if we can control the pace or at least stay with the leaders, we can really protect those tyres and then let them loose once we have a significant tyre advantage, which is what we've done here. You can see our soft tyres better than everybody else's tyres on the grid right now. In fact, they're so good we can now actually push them up to standard.
Yeah.
Albon's dropped back, and this is going to give Sainz a chance. Sainz's tyres are going to be about 30% now. Yeah, 31%. So Sainz is about to hit puncture territory, and he still has nearly 6 laps worth to go on track. I'm going to drop my tyres back down. There's no need to take that risk.
Protect the tyre.
Understood.
So Sainz dropping back from Albon again as his tyres really give up in the corners. Max is looking to make a move. And the more aggressively Sainz drives now, the higher the likelihood of him getting a puncture. He pushes his tyres, he just dramatically increases that chance of it happening. Max is going to dive up the inside. Nothing Sainz can do to stop it. He got a good launch out of the corner though. They're going to go side by side into the turn. But this is where the lack of grip's going to hurt him. And Max just completes that move. So Max up to 7th now. That's 2 points for Verstappen. I'm going to keep an eye on Sainz just because I want to see if his tyre blows up. Russell's going to be getting close as well. No, he's at 43%. Looks like he's been protecting that tyre. He has dropped out of the top 8. Out of the points now. Stroll has made a decent recovery. He's about to get some points off of Sainz as well. Leclerc has pulled away from Porsche. Gasly's all over the back of the Haas driver. But we have a 6.5 second lead. And there goes Stroll through. Sainz's tyres now down to 24%. Our tyres are still the best on the grid. Gap's now up to 7 seconds almost over Charles Leclerc. Porsche trying to get back into DRS range. Yeah, when it comes to the sprints and tracks like this that have high tyre degradation, the old adage of to finish first you have to finish really hits home. You know, if you push your tyres like crazy and you're not going to make the stop, then at some point you're going to have to really back right off. If you can do that backing off at the beginning and stay with the cars that aren't backing off, build up the advantage to just break away and stay away, which is what we've done. It's what we did last year. And then it all kind of went a bit wrong in the race. It was not a good race for us. What is the first thing you should work on as a first-time player of the game? I would say, I mean, there are all these guides out there saying that cornering is king, and to a degree, yes, but speed helps. It really does. I would say the advice I always give, it's what I do when I start at a team, is I look at each part in the warehouse and see where it ranks in relation to the rest of the teams. And so if I've got a chassis that's really strong, an underfloor that's pretty strong, a rear wing that's really strong, a front wing that's average, a suspension that's appallingly bad, and a side pod that's pretty bad, I will focus on the side pod and the suspension first, because they're the ones that are going to need the most work to bring them in line with the competition, and put my resources into upping those parts first. Still wanting to improve other areas of the car, but I find the best way to be successful is to have a really strong balanced car. You know, if you can be blisteringly quick like we were last season, and you'll have some races where you'll be relatively successful, and you might sneak the odd win here and there. I mean, we got a win in Baku last year and we won in Vegas, but those two tracks are flat out and they perfectly suited our car. The rest of the tracks, we had some good podiums last year, but we never really had another sniff at a win. Maybe with a little bit of luck in a couple of places, we might have got an extra win. This year had a much better balance to the car. Still quick, but we improved the cornering as well, so it had a much better balance, and we were just blisteringly fast in the first half of the season. And as we've been focusing quite heavily on research this year, and not so much on development, we have slipped a little bit in the cornering areas, which is where we're now a little bit weaker than the rest of the grid, or weaker than we were compared to the other teams that we're fighting with. But we still have good balance in the car, so we're still quick everywhere. You know, you focus purely on cornering, then you're going to be great through the corners, but you're not going to have the speed where it counts. If you're blisteringly quick, you're going to be quick on the straights, but you're not going to have the pace to stay with them in the corners. And if you can't get the overtakes done, you might not be able to get. You probably won't get them done on the corner, in the corner areas, or even stay close enough to have another crack in on the next lap. So it's finding a good balance in the car. Don't focus purely on just one aspect. Try and get everything good. And see what needs to work the most. Sainz's tyres have not exploded yet. They're at 11%. We are going to cut away. This is the final lap. There are no team orders. Drivers are free to go at each other. But I think Mick is probably going to hold on. He has been just a little bit quicker. It is going to be a win for Mick Schumacher in the sprint. That is going to take a point away from Oscar in terms of potential points gained over Verstappen. But it will be 15 points for the team in the constructors, 8 points for Mick, 7 for Schumacher, 6 points for Charles Leclerc.
We have a winner.
Porsche gets overtaken on the run to the line there.
And that'll really build Mick Schumacher's momentum.
And their hard work is rewarded with maximum points.
Sainz finishes down in 14th in the end. His tyres do just about hang on. Russell's tyres were also pretty bad as well, 18%. He finishes down in 11th place in the end. And look at that, our tyres were the best on the grid as we crossed the line. All the hard work we did at the start, just keeping the pace under control,
And what a
paid off handsomely.
P1 finish that was. Absolutely outstanding.
So, confirmation of the sprint results. It is first for Schumacher, second for Piastri, Leclerc in third to round out the podium. Fourth place for Albon. Porsche dropping a couple of places, pushing his tyres hard in the early stages. Did hurt him a little bit towards the end there. Gasly up a place to finish in sixth. Max up 3 places to seventh. Stroll up 6 places for finishing in eighth and the final point. Magnussen also gains 4 places. Shaw's up a place, but now his penalty will kick in, so that will drop him down in the qualifying or the starting order for the race. And they see the bottom half there. Decent race for Ocon, bad race for Hajar. Not a good race for Sainz because he pushed his tyres too hard and then was just way too slow at the end. Not a great race for Norris either, down in 16th place, dropping 4. So let's see what happens in the main race.
Tension continues to build here as race day begins.
Formula One first came to Qatar in 2021. Lewis Hamilton managed to pick up the victory, and in doing so claimed Lusail as his 30th different Grand Prix winning circuit. And we've got a clear night here beneath a starry sky. If the weather holds steady, we should be in for a spectacular race indeed.
Let's see what lies ahead for us then with today's race in Lusail.
So, strategy is going to be a little different. We're probably going to go with this. Soft to hard to medium. The tactic that we used in the sprint will not work in the race. So I'm going to go with something like that. Give us a little bit of a pace push at the start. Go on to the hards. What about mediums? Yeah, again, I wouldn't really be able to push the mediums. we should have enough pace there to do that. So we'll go with that strategy. We'll give ourselves an extra couple of laps of pushing on the softs at the start, because we are going to have to push on the race. Going to go 2 extra laps of fuel. We're going to go very aggressive off the line because we're going to need to. AI will be much more aggressive on their tyres than they were in the sprint because they can adjust their strategies accordingly. And we'll see what we can do in the race. Can we get another 1-2?
Here on the outskirts of Doha, the excitement continues to build as we approach the Qatar Grand Prix. And for that man, Mick Schumacher, this could be an interesting race.
They've got a fantastic opportunity starting on pole, but can they carry it through to the end?
And it looks like we're good to go. We're about to get going here in Qatar. And it's lights out, and away we go.
So Piastri has been jumped by Leclerc off the line. We're going to have the inside, but Leclerc is just going to go swooping around Mick as well. So that extra fuel has made us slower off the line. We'll ease the tyres down just a little bit.
Copy.
At the front. Max has got a jump at the start as well. He's up to 6th place. Georgetown is 16th, so he definitely lost a couple of places with that penalty. Blistering start there from Charles Leclerc. We are definitely holding up a couple of cars behind us at the moment because we're not going completely flat out. Wanted to have a little bit of extra ability to push these tyres, but at the same time I do not want to shred them in these opening couple of laps. Most of the field starting on softs, a few on the mediums, nobody starting on the hards. DRS won't really technically be active until the end of lap 3, given that there's only the one zone. It'll activate on the start of lap 2, and then the start of lap 3 is where it will actually trigger. No, end of lap 2 is where it will switch on, and the end of lap 3 is when it will first detect a car. So at the moment, Mick is out of DRS range. Oscar is in mixed DRS and has got some company with Porsche, Albon and Verstappen and Stroll and Ocon and Magnussen all in a train behind as well. Gasly just outside the 1 second at the moment. We are out of battery. We're going to leave our tyres on this pace setting for one more lap, then we're going to turn them down.
Defend that.
Copy.
Let these guys go.
Leclerc is stretching that lead.
Let's look after these tyres.
Okay.
Temperature's now very high. Got to cool them down for a lap.
Okay, we'd like you to slow down, please.
Copy.
Leclerc now 3 seconds ahead. As Piastri moves up into second place, gets him into peak confidence. Drops Mick back down to starting level. And we are starting to just put a little gap to Porsche. Just want those temperatures to come down a touch more before they turn the tyres back up again. Still a little hot. If I start pushing them a little bit harder again, then they will continue to overheat and degrade a lot faster than I want them to. Three seconds to gap. Let's see, Leclerc did a 1:28.4 last lap. See what we do on this lap. Get the temperatures down to about 110, then I'll think about turning them back up again. Max has dropped back down to 7th. Max's tyres still pretty hot by the look of it.
We can push more.
Mick's tyres are going to stay a little bit warmer than Oscar's because he is in the dirty air of Oscar. That's why I'm still having them a little bit lower at push rate at the moment. There we go.
Let's pick our pace up, let's go.
So let's see if we can start to claw back Charles Leclerc a little bit. Whole field's still pretty tight together. The only real gap of any significance is Giovinazzi, 2 seconds off the back of Valtteri. Everyone else is within about a second of each other. A little bit of a gap for Russell and Gasly. That might get bigger now that he's out of the DRS zone. We shall see. Pourchaire now almost been dropped as well. He's coming under some serious pressure from Albon here. And we were 0.2 quicker than Charles Leclerc on that last lap. We ride on board with Alex Albon. Feel a lunge coming. Second Pourchaire drops out of DRS range. He's going to be vulnerable. Stroll actually is just out of DRS of Albon at the moment. If he can get back in, he'll be okay, but if he can't, Max will punish him. You see Schumacher's tyre temps have crept back up again, running in that dirty air. The train has rejoined, except now Valtteri has dropped off the back of Norris, and it's unlikely he'll get back onto it. Not for a while anyway. Half a tenth out of Charles Leclerc on that last lap. Need a little bit more battery in the car. Let's put Schumacher into harvest mode.
Okay.
Pourchaire has upped his pace a little bit and is closing back in on Mick, whose tyres have started overheating again.
Just think about looking after this tyre where we need to.
Copy.
And now it's Max who is looking like he's going to make a move all over the back of Stroll, who is just outside the DRS. Can he get back in? I think he just snuck back in. And he did. Once again, just taking tiny little bits out of Charles Leclerc. Nothing significant at the moment.
Let's go recharge on, please. Recharge on.
Let's dip it.
Oscar now trying to put Mick under some pressure.
So you're good to push on tyres.
Copy.
And Leclerc with a very slow lap there. Half a second slower this time. His tyres now below the 60% threshold. Ours aren't far off that now. Our pit windows are approaching. Now we're going to start to push the tyres. We're going to look at undercutting, if we can, with Oscar a lap earlier than Mick.
Overtake is available.
Copy.
Let's push, come on.
Copy.
There's the pit window opening up. So both drivers with a very similar amount of battery at the moment. Healthy amount. Enough to push for maybe a lap at full push. We're now breaking away from Porsche. Ocon's got himself up into 8th place. Trying to get onto the back of Verstappen. And I'm going to up Oscar's tyre push rate in a minute. See, that gap is coming down all the time.
Just keep cruising up to him.
And we've definitely opened up that gap now to Porsche.
Yep.
1.7 seconds. In the DRS of Charles Leclerc. Mick into the DRS of Oscar. Oscar has a little look around the outside into turn 1 and gets the move done.
Sweet.
Good job. Currently P1. Let's try again. Charge is good.
Okay, recharge.
I'm going to box Oscar this lap and box Mick on the next lap.
Copy, box. Let's go recharge on.
Copy.
Make sure that Mick definitely gets the DRS off the back of Charles Leclerc.
Recharge on.
And there we go. Oscar into the pits. So we've got the undercut on Charles.
So we will box now.
It's a 2.3 second stop. That's not too bad. Traditionally, we've not really had great pace when we put hard tyres on. We are going to get out in front of Bottas, Giovinazzi and Joe. Let's get these tyres up to temp. Should only take a lap. Track temperature is 48 degrees. Pretty hot.
Okay, mate, let's keep looking after these tyres.
Copy.
Recharge off.
Copy.
And Mick will get an undercut on Leclerc as well, whose tyres are at 36%, so expect Leclerc to box next lap. It's a good stop. Looks like we're going to need about 20 odd seconds for a pit stop here. Can Mick get out in front? Yes, he can. Just. Oscar's tyres now up to temperature. He's got a full battery. We're going to push him.
Use energy.
And we're going to push Schumacher right away. There is the race leader, 3.3 seconds ahead of Porsche. Top three could all box on this lap. Sainz will definitely box this lap, I would say. Leclerc's going again. So is Porsche. Albon dives into the pits. Which means Sainz has to go again. And Sainz now running the risk of a puncture. Medium tyres for Albon.
So let's look,
and he comes out comfortably behind us. 8 seconds behind Oscar, 6 seconds behind Mick. Leclerc did a 1:29 last lap, a 1:27.5 for Oscar, so just that lap was 2 seconds quicker. We've definitely undercut Leclerc now. Schumacher will do something similar on this lap. So he will have undercut Leclerc as well. And surely this lap, Porsche is going to box. 29%. Leclerc will probably box as well. Yes, he does. Ocon also coming in. And so is Hadjar and Sainz. No surprise for Sainz. It's medium tyres for Charles Leclerc. and for Ocon. And for Porsche, who's getting held. Sainz and Maloney have also gone mediums. Interesting. Stroll now has inherited the lead ahead of Verstappen, who is on mediums, will be going a little bit longer yet. Put the batteries back up into top up. Completely forgot about those. Peak confidence for Oscar Piastri. Schumacher is not as good, hasn't made an overtake yet. Maloney might box at the end of this lap. He might go another one. Hopefully he'll go another one.
Let's keep the pressure on, mate.
Copy.
Let's try and get past them.
Stroll has boxed.
Norris has stopped.
Norris stops. Leclerc is a second behind Mick. There goes Maloney. So he couldn't, unfortunately, get an overtake in for Mick, which he could have done with. Leclerc is pushing hard. He's got the DRS wide open. He's going to have a lunge up the inside into turn one. There he is. Okay, it's not over yet, Mick. You can stay with him. An issue in the pits for Maloney.
The Haas pit crew are all ready. Ah, there's been a problem there.
God, are Haas ever going to have a good pit stop? So, who's left to box? Vershaw and Magnussen are the next two cars to box. There is Vershaw. There is Oscar right behind him. Magnussen is in. And there is Vershaw. Drivers running the risk of punctures, taking their tyres that low. Mick did not stay in DRS range. I wasn't paying attention to that. And Leclerc has just broken away. Hard tyres, not the quickest, but they are durable. We will have good tyres for the end, be it another set of softs or a set of mediums. We'll have a degree of flexibility. And who knows what will happen if we get a safety car. Leclerc is pushing hard. He's flying up to the back of Oscar. This could be a new fastest lap. Did a 1:27.0 last lap, but he's not quite going to get the DRS this time round. I don't think we got it off of Perez either. Oh no, we did. We just got it. A 1:26.8, yeah. Leclerc going even quicker on that last lap. New fastest lap for Lance Stroll, a 1:25.7. That's quick.
bring the pack up.
Let's get some battery while we're stuck behind Perez. We'll have a look at the inside. We'll get the slower launch because we're in harvest, but we've got the DRS, so we will complete that move into turn one. Russell dives into the pits.
Lovely stuff.
You're doing a good job. Lift and coast is required for temperature.
Copy.
Need to focus on getting the pack
Now,
up.
how long can Perez keep Leclerc behind? Nick is coming under pressure.
Overtaking.
Let's give him a little bit of a push.
Copy.
Perez doing an excellent job here for us, holding up Charles Leclerc, giving Mick a chance to close back up as well. Although Leclerc looking to sweep around the outside here, he's got him. Got him comfortably. Now, can Mick get into the DRS zone before the end of the lap? Just about. And we see Stroll having a look in the background. Stroll on softs, no wonder he's so quick.
No more DRS.
Yeah, copy.
See if we can focus on recharge, please.
Copy.
Okay, mate, let's try and protect the tyre.
Leclerc is already back inside a second. Look, very quick tonight. Gasly, Verstappen still yet to stop as well. Perez is stopping soon. So I need to get Schumacher through to get him that confidence boost. Let's go for it here. It just goes around the outside. Gets the move done.
Let's go recharge on, please.
Copy.
And that puts Schumacher very close to peak confidence now. Gasly's in. He's gone a long way on those mediums, so I wouldn't be as surprised if he goes mediums again. He might go softs.
DRS disabled, DRS disabled.
He's going softs. And it's not a great stop. A little slow on that left rear there. That will bring him back out behind Sainz, ahead of Magnussen. Meanwhile, Verstappen is lapping quicker than us at the moment. He's pushing hard, which means he's probably boxing this lap. 128.1, it's not quick. These hard tyres, probably the wrong choice. Probably should have went mediums. An issue for Zhou in the pits. It's just a disaster for Mercedes at the moment. And here comes Max. So, if Max goes softs, then he's probably going to go soft again at the end. He's gone nearly half the distance of the race on those mediums. And he's going mediums. So he'll definitely be going soft at the end. Oh, and it's not a good stop. That's a rarity, a mistake in the pits for Red Bull. I'm going to see that again because it's a rare moment, this.
Ready for the pit
Let's
stop.
enjoy it.
But we see the issue occur here.
That left rear just not wanting to go on. Leclerc's moved into the lead. Stroll is all over Schumacher here. Those hard tyres have taken some punishment already. Where's Verstappen? He's fed out in 12th place behind Magnussen. So Gasly has jumped, what, 3 places. He was behind Max before he boxed. Now he's 2 cars between him and Max. And that's an issue for Giovinazzi. Piastri looking to stay with Charles Leclerc, who's just got so much more speed through the corners on those mediums. Did we get the DRS? It's going to be tight.
Perez has pitted.
Well, Perez has gone a long way on those mediums. We did get the DRS just. There goes Perez. So is this going to be mediums or softs for the Ferrari? It's softs. Decent stop. Stroll has got through. That's been coming. I'm going to push Oscar's battery to try and keep him in range.
Copy.
Give him a bit of tyre as well. We have got a little bit of tyre in reserve.
Copy.
Let's give Schumacher a little bit of extra tyre as well. I want to make sure that we can try and charge up Schumacher. Keep him close enough. It'll be tricky against those soft tyres.
We can just focus on charging the pack.
I think Mick has been dropped. No, he just got the DRS. New personal best in the final sector there for Schumacher. Oscar is struggling to stay with Leclerc. It's a tyre situation. Let's start looking at the possibility of going softs at the end. It's about the same in terms of lap time. And Leclerc has now broken away.
Back off now.
Yeah.
think Mick has just dropped as well. Yeah, Mick's been dropped as well.
Okay, we'd like you to slow down, please.
Yeah.
We'll just take a little easier on the tyres for now. If we do decide to go soft, we'll have the rubber to stretch this stint slightly. If we decide to go mediums, we can push really hard for a few in-laps. Track temperature is coming down. And you can see we just do not have the pace we need on these hard tyres at the moment. I'm hopeful that will change as the other tyres degrade faster than ours. .127.9 for Leclerc, 128.4 for Oscar. 128.3 for Mick. We're about a second slower than we need to be. Half a second at the minimum, but ideally about a second slow. We want to be lapping around about Stroll's kind of pace, although Stroll is on those softs, so... Max down in 9th place at the moment. In the points, he's on for 2. It's all over the back of Porsche. Let's take a look at that. As Stroll has now caught Oscar. And here comes Max. Trying to go up the inside. We'll have the inside line for the final turn here. But he will have given up the DRS. Porsche could come back at him here, unless Max got it off the back of Norris, which he didn't. But he's covered off the Haas. No, it's not Norris, it's Ocon. Norris is 13th. Yeah, not a great weekend for Norris. Stroll is through on Oscar. Right, let's see if we can ride Stroll onto the back of Charles.
Copy.
Just give a little bit more tyre to both cars again. Don't want Mick to get caught and passed by Gasly and Albon, which is a risk. Gasly has caught the back of Mick. Gasly's pushing hard at the moment. Push the fuel as well. Gasly also on soft tyres. No wonder he's moving up through the order. He has a lunge and he's going to take that place from us with DRS as well. That's not good.
All to play for.
Really hope things will come back to us in the final stint here, because we are slipping away from the race win here. Potentially slipping away from the podium as well if we can't keep pace with the Astons. New fastest lap for Perez, a 125.5. That is on soft tyres.
Focus on bringing the pack back up.
Copy.
There's 9 more laps to go. And Schumacher, 6 laps to go. If we split them, I think I might do. Which means I can afford to be a little bit more aggressive now with Schumacher. Let's get him past Gasly. We'll go on to mediums with Schumacher. Try and get him an undercut so he can get a few overtakes in, build his confidence up. Oscar will go onto the softs and just try and blitz the field as best we can.
Bring the pack up.
Copy.
Do split and coast.
Copy.
Lift and coast required.
Copy.
Gasly is on the verge of getting DRS off the back of Oscar here. But we have got his battery fully charged now. Verstappen gets ahead of Albon. So it's up to 6th place. Now it's 8 points. So close to Stroll getting DRS off Leclerc. Oscar so close to getting it off the back of Stroll. Gasly has got it off the back of Piastri just, although that's fluctuating. Mick, comfortable at the moment? Just getting that battery fully charged up. So Oscar's going to get dropped. Gasly's suddenly really close again. Good chunk of the field is still pretty tight together though. No massive breakaway anywhere really in the top half of the field here.
Let's go recharge on, please. Recharge on.
Albon and Verstappen have swapped places again. You can see the tyre temperature is really starting to rocket up now for Schumacher. But we are getting off those tyres in a couple of laps. Oh, and Stroll's boxed. It's getting off those softs. So what tyres is Stroll going on? It's got to be mediums or hards. I would guess probably mediums, but it might be hards. It's mediums. And there is Gasly trying to make the move. All over the back of Oscar. Claire's tyres are good, so he's probably going to go softs. Max is definitely going to go softs, and probably quite late as well. He's still at 65% on those tyres. Have to watch out for a very fast Verstappen late in this race. That means we might not get the fastest lap tonight. So where did Stroll come out? 2 seconds behind Perez, but he's going quick already. It's the corners that are killing us. It's partly down to the lack of grip with the hard tyres. It's partly down to our medium speed cornering not being the greatest. It's certainly the weakest aspect of our aero at the moment. And on a circuit that's predominantly medium speed corners, that is obviously not a great thing. But we do have really strong speed and acceleration, which is keeping us close by the end of the pit straight. We're going to go one more lap with Schumacher. Box him at the end of lap 35 or the end of lap 36.
Okay, Albon has boxed.
Albon's in.
Pushing.
Right, let's box now, please.
Coming for box.
We will be swapping cars.
Think about looking after this tyre where we need to.
Copy.
Oh, Gasly boxes.
Coming for the tree.
So Stroll with mediums. What's Gasly going to do? Can we jump Gasly in the pits? Gasly's going mediums. It's a bad stop. 2.4 seconds for Schumacher. He is able to get out in front. Lovely stuff.
Overtake is available.
A couple more laps to go for Oscar. One more lap for Oscar after this one. Is Leclerc going to box this lap? Yes, he is.
Get your head down, you can do this, come on. Box.
Porsche is in as well.
No lift and coast required from our side at the moment.
Copy.
Can I get out in front of Charles? It's going to be tight. It's going to be very tight. There is Leclerc. Oh, and he slots out just in front of Vasseur. God damn.
Pull the car.
Copy.
Must we dive up the inside there? Oscar's into the pits. Mick being frustrated here. We'll get the move done now. It's a 2-second stop. Beautiful. Just what we needed for Oscar.
So cars coming out the pits.
Oh, look how many cars he's got to overtake. Oh, that has not worked out well.
Let's look after these tyres. Back off now.
Yeah.
Disaster there.
Lift where you can. Okay, mate, so let's look after these tyres.
Expect Ocon to box soon. He's going another lap.
Focus forward.
And Oscar's going to punch his way past two cars here. Or just the one. I thought he was going to get them both. And if I get boxed in behind Perez, I might not even get past the Alpine. God damn it. All right, so this lap is a bust.
Free air.
Copy.
So take it easy in the fast corners.
Copy.
Safe fuel, safe fuel.
Yeah.
Use everything.
Yeah.
Do everything you can, mate.
Damn it, I got the overtake done just a bit too early there.
Sweet.
Good job, keep doing this.
Leclerc's being held by Russell, giving us a chance to try and close in, although Leclerc has just snuck through.
And we need some big PU cooling.
This is killing my chance for a fastest lap here. There we go. I heard contact.
Couple of cars off there.
Happened behind us. It was Albon.
Possible debris.
Here we are down at turn 7.
Albon and Perez.
With
Perez's
not much
tyres are
room to
dying.
And not just one car
And it's
involved in
coming
that,
together
as you
between
can
the two
see.
of them.
And they'll have to pick themselves up after that.
Perez lucky not to get a puncture there. And Leclerc's just flying again.
Okay, mate, let's try and protect the tyre.
There's a penalty for Perez.
No energy. Okay, so let's cool the car now.
I did get the fastest lap, but 124.3 might not be safe. I have got Gasly all over the back of me.
Back off now. Need to focus on getting the pack up.
I'm losing so much time here behind Russell. But we're through.
Okay, recharge on.
And we have got Mick into peak confidence. Oscar's closing quickly. Well, I think we might only be on for second and third tonight. In fact, Stroll has track position at the moment and probably can go to the end. So we might really struggle to get both cars on the podium tonight. That middle stint just killed us. As we get up the inside of Gasly. Now we get the move done on George. Gasly will try and follow us through.
Push, push.
So Leclerc is within half a second or so of Stroll here. Should get him at the end of the lap. Max is in. This will be soft tyres. And he will be very quick. I think I've shot my wad in terms of how quick I'm going to get a fastest lap. I don't think I'm going to be able to improve on that.
Russell's pitted.
It's a decent stop for Max. Where is he going to feed out? And he gets out just in front of Pourchaire, but he's only 4 seconds off the back of Piastri here, as Leclerc now moves into the lead. Welcome back, Anthony. It's going okay. Could be going better. Leclerc's just had a pace advantage over us all race, and it's just not working out. I don't think the hards were the right choice in the end. Yeah, I mean, probably would have been better going mediums and looking after him a little bit in places. I do have some rubber to push with Mick. So does Charles. But I'm hoping that I can get Oscar just onto the back of Mick, so that when I up Mick's pace, he can pull Oscar along with him. And I've got to protect Oscar's tyres for a bit, otherwise they will not go the distance. We're not without the risk of a puncture. We are closing slowly on Schumacher by about a tenth. Now Leclerc is through. He's going to hopefully start coming under pressure. Plus he's not going to have DRS anymore. So hopefully Mick can close the gap up. The Oscar just starting to stretch away a little from Gasly. Almost onto the back of Mick. Do need to repair the battery. And we're definitely lapping faster than Stroll, but Leclerc is punching away.
We can just focus on charging the pack. Come on. These guys go. Need to defend that.
There is a new fastest lap. It's Maloney, a 1:24.1. That's 0.2 quicker than we went. And I say it's highly unlikely we're going to get that back. Max now is absolutely flying. So one Red Bull is stretching away from us, the other one is hunting us down. Max doesn't get through, but he will get the DRS, and this could be a very, very, very quick lap for Max. He had a 1:24.7 last lap. He's got DRS across the line this time. 1:25.6, so he got held up, but he's through and in clean air now, so expect this lap to be quicker. I wouldn't be at all surprised if he catches up to Oscar on this lap. It's already 7/10 clear of Gasly, and we're only half a dozen corners in. That's a mistake. It's a VSC. Ooh, now that makes things interesting.
Still maybe debris. Keep an eye.
I could box, and I would come out ahead of. I don't know where I'd come out, actually. Maybe ahead of Hajar. If not, certainly ahead of Magnussen. And I could put brand new softs on, but I don't have brand new softs for both cars. Instead, I think we'll just have to look at what we've got and then just push.
Now I think this, yes, it's Carlos Sainz.
So let's see, what did Sainz do? Oh, this is a repeat of what he did in qualifying. No, sorry, practice. Same corner. Exactly the same corner.
VSC virtual safety.
How many laps do we have left? 11,
Positive.
including this one.
Copy.
So about 10 and a bit, just under 10 and a half laps to go. Don't want to save too much fuel. This will give me another opportunity to really sprint for a lap or two. 10 laps left.
No lift and coast required.
No saving required. Energy's good.
We need a blisteringly fast restart now. Leclerc and Verstappen are going to be very quick on the launch here. Stroll is going to struggle a little bit. His tyres are the worst. Max is now a real threat. Been a weekend to forget for Carlos Sainz.
Virtual safety car ending.
Copy. Let's push up to Stroll.
DRS
So,
is enabled.
timings go live.
Use energy.
problem I've got with Oscar is I can't keep this pace up for very long. Schumacher can keep it up a little bit longer. Max can keep it up even longer still.
Okay, and let's cool the car. Cool the car. Let's recharge on.
You can back off a bit. We need to focus on the energy now.
Okay, man, let's keep looking after these tyres.
All right, so we've broken away from Verstappen. I'm not quite sure how we managed to break him like that, why he didn't push with us. I don't think Oscar's got the pace to win this race, but I've got the pace to get him onto the podium. It's just a question now of where. Max will now start to close us down.
Focus on bringing the pack back up.
Okay, we'd like you to slow down, please.
Oh, Max is coming. Yeah, Max was just waiting. He's pushing hard now.
Bring the pack up. Need to focus on getting the pack up.
So my hopes of a win are resting on the shoulders of Schumacher tonight.
Okay, recharge on. Okay, push, let's go.
It's another yellow flag. That is a Haas that's gone flying off. Porsche.
Yellow.
So let's take a look at the replay. Right, let's have a look as we go into turn 4. And the rear just lets go.
That's a huge
There's not much
spin.
they can do about that now.
Let's pick our pace up, let's go.
And Mick is now all over the back of Oscar. Stroll might be vulnerable here. I think he's just got the DRS.
Check my car, please check my car.
Okay, understood, we're looking.
ERS has just worn out for Schumacher. He's close though. Oh, Max got through.
Let's look after these tyres. Let's go recharge on.
Right then, we can take a look now. Now look, here we head into turn 2. The opportunity begging to be taken.
Yeah, with our cornering struggling a little bit.
Closer and closer to that podium.
That underfloor can't come soon enough. It will be on the car for Kota. That will hopefully give us a bit more downforce. A little bit more speed in the corners.
Let's look after these tyres. Okay, recharge on, recharge on. Overtaking is available.
Cannot let Leclerc get away.
Recharge on. Okay, mate, let's try and protect
Max is through into third, so now the podium's really looking iffy. Maybe fourth is the best I can do for Oscar tonight. Oh, Mick!
So this is what happened. And it was Mick Schumacher involved.
Oh.
No! Why'd they go?
Let's get back on it.
So now I'm fighting with Stroll for the podium. And it's going to be a Red Bull 1-2.
You've got energy.
Points dropped tonight. Just didn't have enough speed through the medium corners tonight. And that combined with the hard tyre stint didn't do us any favours. I should have stuck to softer, grippier tyres and just protected them. Lesson learned for next season. I just never can make the hard tyres work like the AI. And now I've got a real fight on my hands just to get past Stroll.
We can just focus on charging the pack.
Plus Gasly is closing in on Schumacher. At least his confidence is still decent. Oscar's still in peak confidence, but lacking pace right now.
We can push more.
I've got to get right onto Stroll here so I can just sit behind him and try and pounce on the final lap.
Keep your pace up.
Copy.
Gasly's going to get Schumacher as well. I've got no battery left. I've got no tyres left.
Just think about looking after this tyre where we need to.
Yeah, okay.
Ah, damn it. This race has just fallen apart.
DRS disabled, DRS disabled.
Copy.
2 to go.
Max has got past Leclerc as well, so maximum points for Max in terms of race points. Fastest lap is still Maloney's right now, which means no one's getting it.
So take it easy. let's do what we need to stay ahead. Overtake available if needed.
Copy. Lean on the tyres as much as you can.
Use energy.
This is my best last chance to get past Stroll, I think.
We're at the bottom of the pack now, we're energy. Work on your PU cooling. Last lap.
Damn it, didn't get him. Schumacher is overtaken.
Hey.
Go on for this.
Ah, what a disaster. Stroll has been pushing his tyres. That gives me a little bit of hope.
Use energy.
I'm risking a puncture here, but I want that podium.
Push.
Copy.
No energy.
Copy.
Not going to get it. Stroll's got me.
Copy.
Ah, frustrating. We did so well in the sprint, but this track just doesn't like me in the race. Right, not at AlphaTauri anyway.
Checkered flag.
So it is a win for Max Verstappen ahead of teammate Charles Leclerc. A 1-2 for Red Bull. Really didn't need that. And only 4th and 6th for us in the end. You know, definite points drop tonight.
Okay, and that is the checkered flag.
Definitely points dropped. You might be very happy with that, Mick, but I'm not.
Now, wasn't it an excellent showing from Oscar Piastri?
An outstanding performance today to have made the top 10. Not many would have expected this from the team, to be honest.
That makes it all worth it, doesn't it? Seeing your team ready to share the celebrations. Well, Max Verstappen can add yet another podium to his already impressive record.
Win number 5 is in the bag. They pulled out all the stops, pushing hard to earn that victory.
And that picture right there brings together the podium finishers for the Qatar Grand Prix. And down there in the AlphaTauri garage, Kareem, what would they be making of that race, do you think?
No doubt they'll be pleased. Both drivers really delivered. And what's more, there were lots of positives to be taken away from the race.
So then, our time in Lusail is now up.
Coming up next, we'll be crossing the pond all the way to Texas for the twists and turns of the United States Grand Prix.
So then, confirmation of the final result. Max Verstappen does get another win ahead of his teammate Charles Leclerc. Stroll at 5 places to take the final step on the podium. Oscar could only manage 4th ahead of Gasly. Schumacher's lock-up relegating him down to 6th place. Decent recovery race for Ocon and Hajar, both up 4 places as well. Magnussen, not a great race for him, but you know, he held on, got a couple of points. Porsche, disappointment for him, down 5 places. He was looking very threatening at points in the race. Russell drops out of the points. So once again, no points for Ferrari. Norris up 3, Vasseur up 7. Albon with a disastrous race as well. Maloney got the fastest lap, but it does not count because he was outside of the top 10. A difficult race for Perez, down 3 places. And Sainz, in the end, repeating the accident he had in practice to spin out and destroy his car on turn 2. Take a look at the drivers' standings. Oscar still leads the championship, picked up 19 points tonight. Max 27 points, so the gap has come down to 80 points. It's definitely close, but we still have one hand sort of reaching towards that driver's title. Schumacher in third on 256 is 12 points behind Max now. A little bit of a shame there. Hopefully we can get back in front of Max again with Mick in the next few races. Leclerc also closing the gap to Mick a little bit. Hasn't given up the hope of getting into third place in the standings. He's on 213, 43 points behind Mick. No points for George again. So he stays on 170, falling away from the top 4 now. And with both of the Astons catching as well, Stroll onto 138 points. He is 42 points behind, and Gasly is a further 12 points back. No points for Norris or Sainz tonight. Albon with 5 points closes the gap to his teammate a little bit, pulls away from Perez, who's coming under pressure from Magnussen. The gap now just 6 points. Some decent points for Ocon. McLaren have really struggled this year, and I'm very surprised by that because they were looking good last year. So, very surprised to see them so far down the order again this year. Hadjar jumps over Giovinazzi with his points. He's 2 ahead. And Pourchaire is just behind Giovinazzi, also on 26 points. No points for the bottom 4. Into the Constructors' Championship, 35 points for us tonight, puts us on 604 points. Red Bull in second with 51 points earned tonight on 481. They are 123 points behind us now in the Constructors' Championship. Aston Martin, big points for them over Ferrari tonight. They open up a pretty healthy little gap there. Alpine in 5th place, just about fending off McLaren, who closed the gap by a point. 12 points between the two teams now. 2 more points for Williams. They're kind of stuck in no man's land, although if Haas can keep scoring well, maybe they could catch up. 36 points in total for Haas, 5 earned tonight. 35 points for Alfa Romeo. They're not completely out of it either, and it's going to be a very tight fight between those two teams for 8th and 9th. Mercedes, they're pretty much, I think, doomed to finish in 10th now. They just haven't looked like scoring points for a very long time. Well, for most of the season, really, but it's been a long time since they did get their points. How do we do in the pit stops? Well, we got the quickest stop with Oscar, a 2.0, and the third quickest stop, a 2.2, splitting the Red Bulls there. So that isn't too bad. We will slightly stretch our gap again. Let's take a look. 607 points in the pit stop challenge. We earned 10 more than Red Bull tonight on 528. So we are 79 points clear of the Red Bull team. Ferrari in third, pick up 10 more points, they're on 266. McLaren with 14 on 174. Mercedes with another 7 on 110, stretching their lead over Alpine to 12. Aston Martin nowhere in 7th on just 31 points. Williams have got 2, still no points for Alfa or Haas. And there you see our pit stop summary. 2.2 for Mick, followed by a 2.4, a 2.3 and a 2.0 for Oscar. Take a look at the report cards. 6 successful overtakes, 8 failed, 7 and 9 in defence for Mick. Oscar 11 and 10 and 10 and 6, not too bad. Just couldn't make the hard tyres work. Maybe we need to have more downforce if we're going to try hard tyres. We always seem to struggle when we put those hard tyres on, no matter what circuit we're on. So that'll make things interesting at COTA. We didn't get any experience for Ollie, and he won't be going in the car next weekend either, because COTA is also a sprint. But we will get him back in the car at Mexico. As far as the sponsors go, well, we completed the finish position streak. We did not complete the fastest lap, and we did complete the quali position. And then for the guarantees, we got the finish position, and we got 2 in both of the qualify targets as well. So 4.6 mil. It's good to have a bit of extra cash, especially as we are going to have some expensive upgrades to do on facilities before the end of the season, and potentially moves in the driver market to orchestrate as well. Let's take a quick look at the driver market. We'll have a look at Ferrari. So Russell is still comfortably in contract. He has over 2 years to go. So he'll be an expensive buyout. 24 mil. That'll be down to about 20 mil by the end of the season. What about Perez? Please be out of contract soon. He's out of contract at the end of the season. So that is excellent. We can try and orchestrate Schumacher over to Ferrari by picking up Perez for Alpha, and then we'll just have to see what happens with Ollie Behrman, whether or not we can bring him over as well. We have got some parts that have failed. Underfloor has failed. New ones are on the way, so that's not an issue. That one has failed as well. Do not have a replacement yet, so can't put that on the car yet. A lot of parts at risk, as you can see, on both cars. Rear wing and side pods are going to go soon. Let's check our inbox. Okay, that isn't amazing feedback. Let's see what the board actually thought. I forgot that they were coming to this race. They were satisfied with Lusail. Well, I think that's a little unfair. We were 1 and 2 in the sprint, and then 4th and 6th in the race. Yeah, the race was disappointing, considering where we could have been. But yeah, with the sprint factored in, or should have been factored in, I would have expected at least happy for that one. So, a little disappointed by that. Let's advance time. Okay, front wing is done. Let's go to car parts. We've got a extra spare front wing now. How many bits do we have? We've got 2 spare rear wings, and 2 are about to break, so we're going to have to make an extra couple of rear wings. That is just a given. Side pods take 7 days to make. I have 2 spares, and 2 that are, well, 1 that's definitely about to go, 1 that's another race at least away, maybe 2 races away. Chassis, I do need more chassis. I've got 1 at medium risk already. 1 that's fine. So I'm going to have to make more chassis again. Ugh, they've been so expensive for us. We have got a new chassis design coming, actually, so that is the last part. I forgot we actually had a chassis going through. So no more chassis need to be made. Suspensions, I've got 2 spare. That should hopefully be enough. Unless we've got failures coming. That's medium risk. Medium risk. I better make at least 1 more suspension. Just in case. There we go. I'm trying to spend as little money as possible because, getting close to that cost cap again. Right. Advance time. Enrico Cardale, just stop mumbling and grumbling. Alright, the chassis design is done, so let's put that one into production. 3 will be enough. Got the new underfloor now. There we go. Just got to wait an extra few days to get that onto mixed car. ERS in poor condition. That certainly didn't help. Spare rear wing is made. Getting close to the cost cap, I know. Probably got about $1.5 million left. 1.2 mil left. Not much at all. Spare suspension is made. Clear off that low morale. Right. New underfloor is on the car as well. So, are we running the best bits that we have? Bar the new chassis, yes. Best rear wings. Best front wings, sorry. Best rear wings. Best side pods. Brand new underfloors. Best suspension. What does that look like for our car now? Better. Clawed back a little bit more speed. Lost a little in the low speed, but we've certainly improved the medium and the high, which is probably more important given where we're going for the rest of the year. That chassis might change things up a little bit more as well. Yeah, someone's brought an upgrade if we're not the fastest car. It's not Red Bull. Is it Williams again, or is it Haas again? It's Haas again. Or is it? Someone has got a quicker car than... Yeah, let's have a look. It's not Checo. Or George. I doubt it's McLaren. Who's got the car that is... I might be Aston. Might be Aston. Nope. Alpine? No. Who the hell's got the quickest car? That tell me it's Alfa Romeo. It is. Oh my word. Isaac Ajar's car. It's a rocket ship. But its downforce isn't great. Let me compare the two Alphas here. Yeah, look at that. Sacrificed some downforce. Maybe they haven't put a part on the car yet on that, or maybe they've had to just put different parts on. But that is a bit of a difference there. We are no longer the fastest car at top speed. Not by much, but you know, enough. We've got a slightly better balance going into COTA, which is important. In fact, actually, let me have a look. If I were to put the older underfloor back on, oh yeah. So the reason we've gone from being 7th in low speed to 11th is not because of the change in performance on the underfloor. It's because other teams have brought upgrades. So, okay. We are going to have to fight for the title. They're not going to just hand it to us. That is becoming increasingly obvious. Going to make a nervy run-in at the end of the season. But that is it for tonight. We will be back with a very sunny sprint weekend in Texas tomorrow at the usual time of 8 p.m. I hope you've enjoyed tonight's race. good sprint, slightly disappointing feature race, but maybe we can turn things around at COTA tomorrow night. Until then, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with more F1 Manager very soon.